Hi and welcome back to my channel. Okay, what I am doing for the rest of June, today is June 23rd, so for the next 4 or 5 days, I plan on reading all of my July blog tour books. So all of these July videos are going to be made a week or two, or even 3 in advance. I've even got September videos already loaded, so that's that. So what is this video about? It's for A Home at Cornflower Cottage by Tennant. Now, I have probably, okay, somebody is making me a planner, right? A digital planner to track my reading. And she, I think in this planner has room for 24 authors. And I'm like, that's not enough. And she said, 100? I'm like, that's not enough. So we're going to do it alphabetically. And then I can use as many authors as I want. And why am I telling you this? It's because when I get book tour requests or emails and I see certain names, it's an instant yes. I didn't even snap properly. It's an instant yes. One of those instant yeses is Tilly Tennant. I don't ever read the blurb. I just read the book. Or I agree to do the book and then I read the book. Okay? That's the case with A Home at Cornflower Cottage. Now we have Emily, Amelie, so Emily, and she has lived in Cornflower Cottage since she was, since she was born. And she tragically loses her parents, and this loss has had a huge impact on her. But anyway, she's living in this beautiful cottage in this beautiful Cotswold countryside. But however, the cottage is falling apart, pipes bursting or, electrical issues, things of that nature. So meanwhile, she is working at a hotel and she's doing her best to try to make ends meet. And she's going to fix that broken boiler. She's going to fix that leaky roof. She's going to do whatever she has to. She's going to keep this Cornflower Cottage in her, because it means so much to her. Now, meanwhile, let's talk about Emily and her job. Goodness gracious, I just forgot her boss's name. Oh well, I do that with names. Anyway, she has a boss and he's really a nasty guy, very demanding, like Walter or Wallace or something along that line. Anyway, she's working for a difficult boss and she sometimes runs into difficult people that are customers at the hotel. She meets such a customer named Imogen, and Imogen finds everything wrong with the room, so much wrong with the hotel room, that she wants to be compensated this way. She wants to be compensated that way. And she tells Emily that, well, there was hair in the bottom of the shower, but my boyfriend is in there, so you can't clean that. You're going to have to come back. And Emily's like, I can't come back. I have other rooms to clean. Somebody else will come. She goes, no, it has to be you. So anyway, so Emily's fixing all these little things that Imogen is nitpicking about. And then Imogen knocks on the door and says, look, the maid's here, come out. So he goes, oh, that was just a little hair at the bottom of the tub. I washed that down the drain. Everything's fine. That's how Emily meets Xander as the boyfriend of this nasty customer. Back to Imogen and her cottage. It's falling apart. And we flip back to her talking to her customer. Imogen leaves. Xander is still at the hotel. In fact, Amelia and some of one of the staff members, who's a friend of hers, are saying, well, isn't there a rule to how long somebody can rent, a hotel room? He's been here for a while. So Emily talks to him and finds out that he might be there indefinitely because he is there on a job. And I'll tell you about his job right now. He is studying otters. He's in a research project to see about the longevity of otters in that area. So he could be there a week, 2 weeks, a month, 6 months, or a year, or even longer. Well, by the course of talking to Xander, Emily finds him to be personable, likable, easygoing. And she talks to him more than once, and she realizes all the struggling she's doing to get things fixed and to keep the cottage going, and he needs a long-term place to stay. Let me see if I can rent him a room. Yeah, I'm going to rent him a room. Now, there's a little bit of hitch in the plan. I didn't write the guy's name down. Let's see. Emily is dating somebody, and I think I did write his name down. I'm just looking for it. And her boyfriend's name is, who is his name? Decker. Okay. Now, Decker is like, what do you mean you rented a room to a guy? She goes, it's not just a guy, it's the guy and his girlfriend whenever she's in town or whenever she's in the village. What do you mean you rented a room to the guy? Like a broken record. He's like, you could have rented the room to me. And she's like, no. In fact, earlier, before that scene that I'm about to tell you about, and I'm not giving you any spoilers, I'm just giving you the gist of it. Emily says Emily has a rabbit named Salad. She loves Salad. She loves Salad so much that if it ever came to Decker or Salad, it would be Salad for the win. Yeah, Salad. She loves Salad more than she loves Decker. So, again, they've got this little dispute that she's going to rent a room to a complete stranger. And he's worried because the stranger is a man. And Emily's like, don't worry about it. He's got a girlfriend. They live together. She's going to be in and out. It's going to be to the both of them. So Imogen comes back in town, and she introduces Imogen and Xander come over, take a look at the house, and Xander's all for it. Imogen has her issues. Decker has his issues. But Emily rents the room. Okay? Now, here's the catch. Emily's relationship with Decker and Xander's relationship with Imogen, both of those relationships are rather rocky. They're going forward. Like, Emily's been dating Decker for like 4 months. I don't know how long Xander and Imogen have been living together, but the relationships are long going, but they're shaky. I mention that because from the get-go, Emily found Xander to be likable, agreeable, easygoing, even to the point where she started to develop feelings for him that she had to hide. She had to hide these feelings for several reasons. First of all, she's seeing someone. Second of all, he's with someone. So that's the conflict, because this is a romance, okay? In a romance, you have a female and a male protagonist in this case, and you have to see what draws them together, what the conflict is, and what might make it so that they could actually be together. And that's the story. All of it, what I've said to you, none of that is a spoiler. None of that. Believe me, I will not ever do a spoiler. So, it may start off as a friendship, but it flourishes into much more. All while the other relationships, hers with Decker, his with Imogen, those are floundering, but yet something is flourishing between Xander and Emily. I'm going to give this book 4 stars only because the other relationships that both Emily and Xander had were fairly solid, and we know that those relationships have to dissolve in order for something to happen to the couple that make up the romance in this book. And that's the only reason I'm giving it 4 stars. The next book that Tilly Tennant, the next time I see Tilly Tennant's name on a list of books for me to review, it'll be a yes, most definitely. I have read countless books by her. I won't say countless, but I'd say 7 or 8 books in the last couple of years. And I love her stuff. Hattie's Home for Broken Hearts, The Garden on Sparrow Street. I read those. And I'm going to tell you why I'm telling you this in a minute. I read The Summer Getaway, The Breakup, The Little Orchard on the Lane, The Cafe at Marigold Marina, My Best Friend's Wedding. What I like most about Tilly Tennant is her settings. The characters are great, the stories are great, but the settings are always lovely. And that's
results from the web.
Sorry about that. The characters are lovely and the stories are good, but it's always the settings in each of these books where Ms. Tennant excels, and that's what she did in this book. Sorry for Google turning on this tablet. I'm using my iPad, but this was nearby and I did something. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.